all the subscribers get themselves checked. Did you know that men and women suffer from breast cancer? Please make sure you make that crucial catch and go get yourself checked out. It's reported this year alone, 232,340 new cases of breast cancer will exist. Make sure you're not included in that number.
You out the kitchen if it's hot or cold. You got the reaches like you maybe seen a pot of gold. Then I appear like leprechaun, taking what you stole. Burn it down, Project X, I done lost control. Tight like spandex, it's on these sexy hoes. Justin Timberlake, so sabbatical. Coolest teacher in the flesh with the high skull. Way too amazing, undeniable. 5 rounds like the tank, call it mystical. It's the man right here, hard as igloo. Money has a nickname, call it Piccolo. You ain't gotta like me if you feeling you. That's why you blow your up like an inner tube. She can never tell you stop when she not in the mood. I treat the beat like I leave when I stick a move.
What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the dopest live NFL show on YouTube, and mainly in part by my guests, Glass and JB. So let's go right to Glass. I got glasses on the screen right here. What's going on, dog? What's happening with you? Oh, hold on a second. There you go. Yeah, so what's up?
You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, man. Down in the sports dungeon, about to get busy with this thing here, man. I appreciate you having me back.
Oh, no doubt. Anytime, anytime. Hey, and we also got the Dapper Don, JB. What's up? What's up? What's up, fella? What's going on? What's going on?
What's up?
Everything good?
Everything good, my
Hey,
dude.
hey, can you explain to the viewers? I mean, I understand. I understand it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month and all that. You know, if we do it, but man, go explain that. I'm just, explain that.
Hey, man, it's the tatas, man. I'm all about it.
I'm
man.
with you. I'm with you. I am with you on that.
It's about sending a message. We got some type of platform, man. Let's make sure the word get out.
Right. So listen, we got some topics that we need to cover. We got some topics. Like one of the things I want to ask you, Glass. I don't know how much of the festivities that you got to participate in last weekend, but did you see the Buffalo Bills and the arrival of one Thaddeus Lewis? Man, tell me how you feel about that.
With Thaddeus Lewis.
Thaddeus Lewis, yes.
I'm still trying to figure out where he came from.
Undrafted. Fresh from the practice squad. Hey.
Since we're talking, I'm sorry to jump this up.
Oh no, go ahead.
Since you brought up the Buffalo Bills, I want somebody to please explain to me what does Matt Flynn do in order to get these jobs that he gets?
Man.
He had one great game in Green Bay.
Yes.
He jumped on 3 teams. I don't see it. He got beat by a rookie.
Yeah.
He got beat by Terrell Pryor. Not saying Terrell Pryor jumped, but come on, man, for real.
Right.
And he still lands a job.
Okay.
I don't understand that.
Well, JB, you talked about it a few times, right? I think the dude, his paperwork and his pedigree, I think Mike McCarthy got a lot to do with it. I don't know. I think, recommendations and stuff like that. What you think?
I'm just waiting for it to all be over with these rejects. I guess they'll get him this time, and I don't think he had many more times to fail.
No.
I think it should be done by now, but obviously he's still wowing somebody,
right,
or the people that matter.
What'd you say, Glass?
Okay, we got all this.
Yeah.
How come nobody giving Vince Young a try?
Because Vince Young got that baggage. Because he got that baggage, man. And I think for Vince Young, that's exactly what it is. I think it's that baggage that he carried with him, the meltdown in Tennessee, him being like not emotionally stable. Because if you look at his prime years in Tennessee, he was actually pretty good. I remember the 10 games in a row that he won. I remember all this stuff. It's just his mental stability, man. What do you think, JB?
Well, first, I need you to adjust that mic because I can't really hear you. I didn't have my headset in right before we started.
How we looking there?
That's good. That's perfect. Thank you.
Okay, and I ain't even so let me put that on there too. There we go.
We was speaking about Vince Young, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Honestly, I just don't think it's fair. I think his exit, out the NFL and his last couple of tries, and I guess, like you said, the name he made for himself outside of football kind of hurt his chances because there's no way in the world, talent-wise, if you put Matt Flynn and Vince Young side by side, I'm taking some Matt Flynn. There's
Absolutely.
no way.
Especially
the guy got one good game,
right.
and somebody think he's relevant. I don't believe.
Now, even though Young is proven and he's battle worn, I mean, I look at his stint in Philadelphia, and that would kind of make me want to look at him like, I don't know if I want to do that. You know what I mean? You remember what happened in the last couple games in Philadelphia? It wasn't pretty, man. It wasn't pretty. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So what happens to back to Buffalo? But what happens to Mr. Jeff Toole now that they bringing in? Because look, they got Toole, they got Manuel, and they got Lewis. Now they bringing in Flynn. Somebody got to go. Who is it? Is it Toole or is it? It ain't Manuel because he was a first rounder, so it ain't Manuel.
Well, you can't let nobody go yet until you figure out what you got with Matt Flynn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Toole,
yeah, right.
He might be the next. He might be the next one.
JB, would you start Flynn over Manuel or Lewis?
No.
Right.
No.
So I know that's a tough decision. Now, speaking of quarterbacks on the move, right? We found out a couple hours ago via the Verizon NFL app. Josh Freeman, apparently Leslie Frazier want to give him a go. He gonna let the reins off this Monday night, man. How you think that's gonna fare?
Who's that for?
Just for you.
Okay. That's gonna be a good look. I'm glad Josh Freeman landed back on his feet.
Right.
In a week's time.
Yeah.
But once again, unless they dummy it down a little bit and get him acclimated into it real quick, all you gotta do really is turn around and give it to AP.
Right. Yeah.
That ain't gonna be too hard. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Josh Freeman, I give him about a week or two, he gonna turn that team around.
I think it's a little late though. JB, now
exactly right.
Let's talk. Let's dive into the Minnesota Vikings for a minute. Now, I didn't want to dwell on Adrian Peterson's situation. Everybody knows what's going on, but dealing with that, dealing with this quarterback carousel that they got going on, I don't know, man. Like, I think right now, what can be done to kind of fix this? I mean, I think all hope is lost for this season. I think they might as well just forget about it this season. What you think?
I don't think it's lost. I think they got a good team across the board. They got a slightly above average squad. The only thing that's missing, and for a lot of these teams, even for Houston, is you have to have that crown jewel at quarterback. Right. You got to have a guy that know how. First of all, you got to be, pretty good at quarterback. First of all, but you got to have that moxie and that know how to win and know how to finish. Mm-hmm. Castle, we know what he about. We knew with Chris, in my opinion, Christian Ponder was never a quarterback.
Right.
But you got a guy that's played every situation. He's been a starter. You got the weapons there. You got Greg Jennings is there. And, those guys don't ever get a chance to shine because they don't have a passer.
Right.
And so I guess Freeman is the best thing smoking right now, and rightfully so for him.
I don't know, Glenn. It's like I look at the quarterback roster that they got in Minnesota, and Joe Webb is still there, right? Ain't Joe Webb still there? Joe Webb.
Yeah, I think he's playing. He's trying to play play on offense another type of way instead of quarterback.
But I don't know if I would have brought in Freeman, and I forget how much money there was. They giving him like $4 million or something like that.
To who?
To Freeman.
Right. Okay.
And you got Webb and you got Castle, right? And Ponder. But Ponder, I mean, we talked about Ponder, but Webb and Castle, I think that'll get you through the season to the draft at least, right? I don't know about spending the extra money on Josh Freeman. I'm just saying that's just me.
I totally agree with you. With the games that how many games they won? 2?
Yeah, no, it's still one. Yeah.
Oh, still one?
Still one,
wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Yeah, you might as well cash this season out and you just. I don't know. You bring in Freeman. If he does pretty good, you're looking for the future. You're looking at they're probably looking for next season right now.
Right.
Seeing what they got, then they're gonna make their cuts in the off season.
Right. Because if Freeman work out, they can use a draft pick for something else, like they need more wide receivers, stuff like that.
Right.
Maybe that's what Jamie think that's the plan. They hoping that things work out with Freeman, so they don't have to spend a draft pick on a quarterback.
Well, you might have something there because they don't play. They drafted Kadara Patterson, a wideout from Tennessee, and I noticed they don't play him as much. So it kind of looked like they are kind of trying to preserve some stuff,
right.
you know, and trying to look toward the future a little bit. But I mean, you have to do better than what they're doing now. You got to at least stay competitive. You don't want to let your divisional opponents just know you tanking the season for some type of draft makeup. That's just crazy.
I hate look Cleveland doing it. I mean, well, at least that's what it looked like Cleveland was doing. But then they started winning. So I don't know. I want to talk about the dramatics that happened up in Foxborough last week. Now I'm sitting there watching this game, and and it was bittersweet for me because I really don't ever like to see the Patriots win. I mean, that's me. Everybody who know me know that. That's the team that I hate more than any other team in the NFL. But, it was also okay watching, the undefeated Saints get knocked off in that type of fashion. Anything to help the NFC South out, I'm all about it. You know what I'm saying? But, man, let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about the last couple minutes of that game, right? Glass, I'm going to go to you first. Sean Payton's play calling in the last, 2.5, 2:45, somewhere around in there. Because I think it started kind of breaking down before the 2-minute warning, right? Mm-hmm. Right. So what you think about Sean Payton's play calling, at that point of the game? Yeah.
Number one, you said you hate the Patriots more than anything. I think I hate the Patriots more than you.
Oh my goodness.
Put it out there.
Well, you didn't get beat by him in the Super Bowl by a stupid Adam Vinatieri kick. I'm just saying, so it still stings a little bit.
Point taken. But you know what? If you really know Rob Ryan, the defensive coordinator, you seen the look on his face.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
That's the look as if to say when Sean Payton came to you, like, do you think this defense gonna be able to hold Tom Brady?
Absolutely.
These last 2 minutes, and he probably said sure. And then when it all broke down on him, you seen that face, like,
oh yeah. He probably went to Payton was like, "Don't worry about nothing. I got this. He probably was like,
right. And forgot all about. As much as I hate the Patriots, I gotta give respect where respect due. Tom Brady, that's the man. You know what I'm saying? Yes. You don't give that man that much time. No. So it just proven right there last Sunday. So.
Now, JB, I was looking at Tom Brady, like, they gave Brady 2 chances at it, right? They gave him 2 chances at it, right? So the first time that New Orleans went 3 and out, and they got a chance to give the ball back to Tom Brady, and in the defense, they did their thing, they held. But then you get the ball back to him again. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Tom Brady, I was watching him. He wasn't even freaking out or nothing. He was just like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Let's talk about Rob Ryan and his defensive play calling, because like the last play, I don't know. I think it could have went either way. I think the defense. I think they played some good defense on that play. I don't know what happened, but you know what I mean. What you think?
I think I've seen this 2-minute offense from the Patriots so many times for so many years. It's the same play, different personnel. It's the same one they used against the Rams.
Absolutely.
It's the same one they used against the Panthers, the Eagles, so many times in the regular season. Not to say, it's a knock on the defensive coaches for not recognizing that. I'm just kind of disappointed in Sean Payton for conceding with the ball. Yeah. Instead of his normal gutsy, aggressiveness. I didn't see that. And he gave Tom Brady 2 chances too many. Yeah. Now you can't do that.
Absolutely.
Not against him.
I mean, and speaking of Sean Payton's play calling at the end of that game, when they scored, when the Saints scored, I was expecting an onside kick. I really was. I was expecting it, and I was telling her, and I was like, you know what? Sean Payton gonna pull a move like he did in the Super Bowl. He gonna try to surprise him with it, and he didn't do it. I don't know, Glass. What you think, man?
You know what? I might have to give Rob Ryan a little credit, even though he just gave us the gas face at the end of the game. Right. He has brought that Saints defense around. They was coming playing physical. Okay. After what Bush did to Amendola, right. They serious about this game. I ain't gonna knock Rob Ryan. They played a physical game. They just shouldn't have played to. They shouldn't have played not to lose. They should have kept it going.
Now there was a little bit of controversy at the end of that play, according to some of the good folks on Google Plus. JB, I don't know if you saw this or not. One Mr. Bryant Slaughter posted a pic, and it clearly showed one of the Patriots offensive linemen had one of the Saints defensive guys around the neck. Clearly, it was holding in there, right? It wasn't called. I'm saying, is that even viable? I'm saying, what do you think?
Man, I ain't surprised at none of that kind of stuff when the Patriots play.
Right.
I watched the Patriots play Atlanta, and I watched all the stuff they was doing to Tony Gonzalez.
Right.
They just don't get them type of calls.
No.
The Patriots get away with a whole lot of stuff like that. So plus the game was in Foxborough, so
exactly.
Right.
I ain't surprised at all.
Okay.
At the bottom line, the Saints had the game a couple times, more than a couple times.
Okay.
And they gave it back both times, and that's just on them.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think, what else was it before I want to talk about the big story? We talked about Freeman. We talked about all that. We talked about the dude from Buffalo, right? Talked about Adrian Peterson in Minnesota. So I guess, we'll just go ahead and talk about it. Talk about the big story. I don't even know when the story came out. Glass, I'm pretty sure you know because that's your team. When the USA Today report first came out about Jim Irsay now, in a nutshell, because I was going to read the comments verbatim, you know what I mean? But you saw it, right? You saw it. You know what he said. Basically, my interpretation of that whole entire thing was that same thing that a lot of people say about Peyton Manning. And on the show last night, I was talking to Vernie, but Vernie, she's a big Peyton Manning supporter. I was like, look, I think that Jim Irsay was a little bit out of line with the way he put that out there. I think today, or this morning or last night, he put a tweet out talking about he was clarifying some stuff, talking about they didn't bring in the special teams and stuff for Peyton. But from what I got from it, he was saying that, you know what, Peyton Manning, I put my money on him all day during the regular season. I would bet on Peyton Manning every single time in the regular season, but I will not count on him to get us a Super Bowl. Your take on it, because that's your team and that's your boy. I'm just saying.
All right, not even about the Denver Broncos. It's just Peyton Manning. I respect Peyton Manning. I think he's one of the, like you said, great regular season quarterbacks out there.
Right.
Jim Irsay. I know this is your show.
No, go ahead.
I'm trying to keep it. No, I'll keep it PG.
Okay.
Dude is a straight female. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
A little bit of an attention whore.
He talks a little bit too much, and then he tried to backslide off of what he said.
Okay.
I was watching ESPN today. He was talking about people took it out of context. What other context would they take? I haven't heard anybody try to defend him for what he said. I heard everybody jumping on him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we know what you meant.
Oh yeah.
Don't be trying to backslide. And I guess my thing is you disrespecting the man that tried. Number one, I heard, he said out of 11 times, we got kicked out of it seven times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the man was trying to do the thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yes.
It's better than some of these quarterbacks that's out there.
And how many teams can say in that same amount of time that they, except for maybe like Baltimore. Well, hold on. What's Baltimore's playoff consecutive records? It's like 7 or 8, right?
6 right now.
Right. So
it's 5. We're looking for 6.
Right. They in that same amount of time. How many teams can say they've been to the playoffs that many times? 11 times.
That's right.
That's crazy.
Right. And then did Jim Irsay come up with this mess like, well, Pittsburgh got
2
recently, and then the Giants got 2.
And
then what did he say?
Baltimore.
Dude, that's only one extra than what you got.
Right.
You making it sound like these teams got dynasties on
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You have a ring, and the person who gave you the ring, the one you dogging.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's BS.
I thought it was crazy. JB, when you saw it, what did you think? How did you react to it?
I think I didn't like the way. First of all, I think for him to be speaking to give Peyton Manning and the Broncos bulletin board material, I don't know how confident he is and Luck and the team he put on the field in front of Peyton and the Denver Broncos, but pundits would question that you ain't got enough. But anyhow, I think for him to be talking and this incident, the way he handled the whole Peyton leaving situation, his comments then, I just think he need to just quit putting his team on Front Street. He kind of like a Rex Ryan right now.
Yeah, he is.
He's putting his team right in harm's way. Now, can they live up to the bill? I don't think he discussed that with them before he decided to say something.
Right.
So it's on now.
Right, and considering the fact that they just lost the game. They just lost.
Right.
And then he come out and say some crap like this and not realizing, or maybe he did realize it, that they facing the Broncos like next week. You know what I mean? So I'm like, how you gonna say stuff like that? Now the thing that kind of got under my skin a little bit, if you dig a little bit further, he was talking about the money being paid to quarterbacks, so on and so forth, right? And Vernie was so upset last night when we was talking about this. I couldn't really convey, what I was trying to say to her because she was just bent about the whole situation, right? But he was talking about if you pay your quarterback all his money. Your team suffers. Then he started naming people like the New England Patriots, the Baltimore Ravens, the Atlanta Falcons as of late, the Green Bay Packers. All these teams that have paid all this money to the quarterbacks, and he was pointing out how much the team was suffering. Now, before you go into your thing, Glass, about that, I want to ask you this. If you a quarterback like Andrew Luck, who Irsay seem to be co-signing right now, right? But he's sitting there saying, I'm not going to pay my quarterback an outrageous amount of money. How do you feel as that guy, like the next guy? You know what I mean? I know it's a little early for Luck to be talking about, contract extensions and stuff. But with that being said, I mean, like, I don't know. How do you feel about it?
And if I was in Andrew Luck's shoes,
right,
I'd be kind of pissed off. You know what I'm saying? But Andrew Luck, he seemed to be another classy guy, up and coming guy. Mm-hmm. So he probably thinking, yeah, I hear you, jaw jabbing right now. After I put a couple of seasons in and put you guys back on the map, we're gonna come back. We're gonna sit at this table and we're gonna change your mind. Either you're gonna do what you got to do, or you're gonna let me go.
That's right.
And people waiting for him, and this team is waiting for him.
Oh, absolutely.
If they let it. Jim Irsay ain't his stupid man. He made his million. Well, he didn't make his million. His father made his million.
Right.
But he kept consistent with the money it's supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, I'm not back to Irsay. I'm not blaming for the move that he made. I'm happy for it. Of course, I'm happy for it. We got him on our team.
Right.
But hindsight, you didn't know he was gonna come out balling
better than he was before. Better than he was before.
But then let's think about this too. Yeah. He didn't have the weapons like he got now.
Right. And
that's what I'm saying. So Irsay got to think about that too. If
That's
he would have had the weapons like he got now, y'all been sitting in the same spot.
Mm-hmm. JB, if you Andrew Luck and you watching all this transpire. Okay, now we talked about the money situation, the contract that we're gonna have to talk about in 2 years, right? But what about the pressure now that he's just throwing on this young guy right off the gate? Because if you are Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning is coming in there this Sunday, and your owner then ran his mouth like this, how do you handle that, man? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, I think I don't think Andrew Luck personally as a man. I honestly think it ain't initially it ain't going over well with him, but his teammates gonna have his back. The veterans there'll calm him down. They know that Irsay feels some type of way about the subject of Peyton Manning, so his teammates will do a good job, and they should. I'm saying they should do a good job of telling him just to play his game.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. I can't wait to see how the season unfolds because this is gonna be interesting to watch right here. This one's gonna be very interesting to watch. Anything else big happened before we get into our games for the week? I'm trying to think. Am I missing something? Oh, the Pittsburgh Steelers got their first win, right? Yeah, they got their first win, and they feeling good about themselves. So one of the undefeated teams, the winless teams, is not winless anymore, and one of the undefeated teams is not undefeated anymore, right? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. I think getting this far, what is it, week 7? And you still undefeated, man. And that's the question I got. And I'm going to go back to JB on this because, we're going to talk about this until this team get beat. Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs, man, what's going on? Is this team really, really for real, or is they just got a really lightweight schedule? I'm trying to think.
No, they real. It's real. I don't know if a lot of people, they don't get a lot of televised games, and there was a couple of games on their schedule that, they should have won. They did win them, but they've had to show some type of backbone and some moxie in some of them games, and they've got the coach, they've got the quarterback, they've got the guys that done paid their dues with hard losses, and they showing that they can close and finish games, and that's what you need.
Right.
And they've been doing that.
Yeah. I don't know, Glass. What you think? You think they for real? Or you think they got an easy schedule? Because I'm trying to think who they done play. They done play some. They ain't really played nobody really, really, really strong yet. I don't think. They played Philadelphia. I wouldn't count them. They so. They ain't really played nobody. I'm just saying.
Who did they play last week?
I can't remember.
They might have played one playoff potential team. I can't remember who it was.
I can't off the top of my head. I can't
even. For real, like I said, I've stated last time that we talked about the Kansas City Chiefs. They were my sleeper team last year.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what happened, but now that they got the new coach, they got the new quarterback, everything's set into place. The Pro Bowlers are back from last year, and everybody's healthy. I think they for real. They going for a run. And the Arrowhead is like, if not the second or third stadium hard to play in.
They broke a record last week, didn't they? Didn't they break the record that
they got the new record.
Yeah, that what's name just set, right? Yeah, so they got
right.
So it's loud there, definitely loud there. You know, and
but you know, eventually they're gonna have to face the seemingly class of that division, and that'll be a game. You know, and lucky for the Kansas City Chiefs, that'll be just, if they lose them both, it'll be just 2 games.
Right.
To measure themselves, you know, against the likes of a Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos. So you know, they set to go. They get to find out who they are. I mean, I don't know if 6-0, you know, don't tell them who they are, but you get the chance to see, I guess, the class of the NFL at quarterback right now, twice.
So listen,
you get to learn some stuff.
The last thing that's on the docket though, and I know we touch on this every week. The St. Louis Rams went into. Did they go into Houston? The Houston come to St. Louis.
No, they went to Houston.
Oh, okay, look, this is the thing I'm trying to get this together in my mind. So since the season started, the Houston Texans quarterback Matt Schaub, is that his name? Matt Schaub? He done threw a pick 6 in every game, right? In this particular game, he get his block knocked off or whatever, and they bring in Yates, and he continues the tradition, right? The Rams went in there and put up 38 points on him. What is going on in Houston, man? I'm just saying, what's up, guys?
This ain't even about Matt Schaub anymore. It's the team.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because number one, Matt Schaub wasn't in the game when Yates threw the pick.
That's
6.
right.
And just like you said, the Rams put up 38 points. So what happened to the defense?
Oh yeah.
You gotta get what I'm saying. So Kubiak it gotta go falls into the hands of Kubiak. What he's doing out there on the field. I don't know what's going on, but they gotta get it fixed. Well, it's too late to get it fixed because Indianapolis, like I told you at the beginning of the season, Indianapolis Colts was gonna win that division.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I don't know.
Coming around.
I just thought that the Texans would do better. Now, Kubiak, this is his second year in the JV. He been there more than 2 years. Oh, I thought it was the first year. It was last year.
Oh yeah, Kubiak definitely been there more than 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
because he took over right after Wade Phillips.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. There you go. Right. So is it? I mean, you know, with the fans that turn on the team, and you know they burning jerseys, they're showing up at the quarterback's house, all this kind of crap. Is it time for a coaching change in Houston, man? I know that the coaching pickings is kind of slim right now. You know, so it's like owners shouldn't be thinking about firing their coaches, but something has to change quickly, and it has to be drastic.
Personally, Q, because my team is going through the same thing right now, and I thought that would be fixed after we got rid of Cam Cameron.
Right.
But you can't stay so generic. These players, pros, they watch film. That's part of the job, is to do film study and prepare for the game the coming week. Now, I don't know if people pay attention to football like I do, or like some other people. And obviously, everybody who's watching film on the Houston Texans, they run the same stuff every game, defensively and offensively. That's why they look so horrible. That's why it's always a guaranteed pick 6 every game, because they know the plays. They know the calls.
That's crazy.
I guarantee you that's the problem. Somebody playing too conservative or calling too many conservative plays on both sides of the ball, and you see it on the field because they got the talent. Everything that they need is there. This is the team pretty much based on a few additions through the draft and free agency. They should be like a whole lot. They should be at least marginally better.
Yes, you would think.
They're not.
Yeah, you would think. I mean, like the last 2 seasons, they started off pretty good, and then all of a sudden, man, it just got whacked. I don't know what the deal was. It was crazy. All right, we're gonna do a little break right here, real quick, and then if I can find my mouse.
Hold on.
Oh no, go ahead, do it.
But real quick, you know, the news came out yesterday, or I think it was the day before yesterday, about the NFL trying to throw a doubleheader on Thursday.
Yes, I did want to talk about that. I did. Yes, you know, and I'm going to tell you, you know, this is my take on it, right? First of all, Sunday is football day. It's been that way forever, right? Actually, I don't even like the Thursday night game. I don't like it at all. I don't even like the fact that it's a Thursday night game. I don't even like that.
Right.
And the fact that, you know what, if you're going to put that many games on premium TV, then that means a lot of your audience ain't even going to be able to see the games. You know what I mean? A lot of them ain't even going to be able to see them. And then thirdly, the games that the NFL Network has, they never have any big games because, you know, you don't want to risk giving away or keeping a big game on your network that only like 35% of your people can watch. You got to put them on NBC. You got to put them on ESPN. You got to put them on Fox and and ABC. This is a bad move. I don't know what you think.
I can't stand it. Like you said, I agree with you. It kind of messed up our, how we do our prognosticating picks and everything. It's messing that up because now we got to hurry up and try to cram it in for the next game. That's right. You got to get up early the next morning.
Yes, they do.
And you're going to try to throw a double header?
Right.
No, that's not going to work. They're just being greedy. Number one, they try to add 2 more games. Then they're going to try to add an extra game in London.
Right.
Now they're going to try to throw a game in somewhere. It's going to fit somewhere. And that's the wrong move.
Well, JB, let's say they decide, because the NFL owns the NFL Network. They can do whatever they want, right? But when does this game come on? Because like the Thursday night game as it stands comes on at 8:20, right, or 8 o'clock, something like that. Right. It's a primetime game, right? Do you put this other game on before this game, where everybody's still at work or just getting home and having dinner, or do you put it on later when everybody getting ready to go to bed? I mean, how do you pull it off?
Well, they pulled off the late game.
How many people watch
San Diego.
How many people watch that?
I think I kind of saw this coming because I noticed on Sundays where I live, with the local stations here, there's only 1 game on Sundays now.
Well, yeah.
Normally they cater to at least 2 stations.
Right.
So you're absolutely right about it. Come down. It's money. It's all about them. If they could get their whole, if the NFL Network was a public broadcast, then they'll have all their games played on that station.
Oh, I 100% believe it. But
so the NFL's, if $9 billion annually ain't enough, they need to get it together.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, look, I don't understand.
The fans pay the bills.
They do, but I don't understand how come they just can't stagger the games on Sunday, right? Because that's where your money is at. The money is on Sunday. That's where you're gonna make all the money. That's where you can get all the advertising revenue. That's when everybody is watching football, right? And you can't touch Saturday because the NCAA will have a fit. And and honestly, you can only have that 1 game on Monday night. All those games at 1 o'clock. It's like usually about 6 games at 1 o'clock, right? Which is the killer for West Coast teams. They hate it, right? There's still a lot of games being played at the same time. And then you only have sometimes, like I think the most, week 1 and week 2, there were 6 games at the 4 o'clock slot. But lately it's only been like 4. Something like the week before last, it was only 2. You know what I mean? Like that's plenty of space to put another game or stagger the games out a little bit. I don't know. Moving into the NFL Network, it's a bad move, and then it's alienating too many people. You dropped the album and come back. But yeah, you go ahead though. No,
I totally agree with you. It's just they pushing the envelope a little bit too far. That's just simple as that. It's just, you're already making the money.
Yes.
Keep everything as is and be happy with it. You don't have to jimmy around with the machine anymore. Just leave it alone.
That's right. I
ain't watching 2 games on Thursday night. They ain't paying my bills.
You know what I'm saying?
Get ready for work.
It's right. Because last week I watched not one single part of that late game. I didn't see any of it.
Oh no.
You know what I mean?
I ain't trying to see that. No.
And I'll look
at the results when I get up in the morning.
I know that's right. Yeah. I'm trying to wait on JP to get back in here.
I'm back right here.
Well, I can't see you though.
Oh, I can see.
I can't see you though.
I'm good then.
No, I can't see you. Can you see him, Glass?
Yeah, I can see him. Yeah, I can see him.
Oh, how come I can't see him then? That's I see his mug right here. You know what I mean? I can't see him.
I should be there, Q.
No, man. I'm telling you, I can't see you, dude. And I'm saying, no, I can't see him. I hear him all day. Hold on. Let me see.
You call me back.
All right, I'll invite you back. All right, let's see. I thought this was gonna be one show where we had no technical difficulty. We was doing good. We was doing real.
Be right.
We was doing real good. We was doing awesome. You know what I mean?
There you go.
There you go. Now, what was you getting ready to say? Because you be getting so excited, you cut out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, all I was gonna say is that when the game was at its greatest, when you had people showing up to games in costumes.
Oh yeah.
They tailgate and hang out in the stadium 9 and 10 hours before or the day before the game.
Mm-hmm.
When the game was at its greatest, it was only 2 or 3 local channels football was played on for free.
For free, yes.
Okay?
Right.
So how do you think that the game has grown so much and they earn so much money off of it that they will stop people from watching football because they can't afford to watch the station the game is aired on?
Right.
It's just common sense.
Oh yeah.
That's all I was going to say.
Oh yeah. But see, I remember when they first started doing the Thursday night games, and this was when it was a Carolina Dallas game on the Thursday night, and this was before I had satellite, so I couldn't even get an NFL Network. I was so upset, and it was weird because the game was being played literally right down the street. You know, I wasn't at the game, but I couldn't watch it on TV. And I'm like, you know what? This is bull crap right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get down like this. And I was upset about it.
Jerry Jones went on some. Jerry Jones was on some station talking about the reason why they wanted to grow the game across the pond in London is because 70% of Americans that enjoy football are going to the games. And I felt like them was some bogus numbers because 70% means that one out of three people that I know will actually go watch games every week, and that's bogus. That's bogus numbers.
That is ridiculous. And I'm gonna tell you how stupid that is. Look, we go to games all the time, and I enjoy them. I enjoy it when you go to the stadium. It ain't nothing like the stadium, thing. But I gotta tell you, I enjoy watching the game a little bit more at home. In my house, on my surround sound, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm in a minority here, but I don't know.
No, I'm right with you, man.
Right. No,
30% is definitely ain't right.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely. No, I can't.
But what they get? Well, I guess my question is, okay, 70% of the people at the game, what they got to do when you going across the pond?
Right.
Well, he said that he got the majority of the American fan base already attending games, watching at home, participating in the annual revenue of the NFL by buying merchandise, et cetera, et cetera. So they felt like it's more to gain elsewhere since they got all they can get out of the American majority of the American people that would watch the game.
Since they tapped out here, they're gonna try to go off further and get some more.
So you know what?
Who's gonna go on that plane? Who's gonna go on that plane ride?
You know what I mean? To go see their team play, right? You know what I mean?
Well, they want to grow. They want to grow the popularity of the game in other countries, and that's just. I think that somehow they flip. You can manipulate numbers to make it look like a certain way.
But I'm gonna tell you why that's a ridiculous idea. Okay, you play two games in London, and they played in the same stadium. They both played in Wembley. If they try, let's say this idea works, and people, overseas decide they want to be NFL fans, it's so spread out there. I mean, it ain't like here where we got North Carolina, South Carolina, Illinois, blah blah blah. We can just hop a plane or a drive to get to a away game. These people got to go to another country to see the game.
They get on those planes with the beds in them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, maybe the people in Great Britain can enjoy the game, but what about the other people? You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe this could work for the American citizens that enjoy this game, though, because they won't be trying to get all they can get out of us.
Right.
If they grow the game in other places.
Right. Because them dudes gonna spend the money. They're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna go to the break real quick, and we come back. We're gonna get into some of these picks here. All right, so let's do that. All right then. So we're back. Oh, and JP wouldn't take him a break for real, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He did. All right. So look, we got the Thursday night game. It's our first game this week. Thursday night game, we got the Seattle Seahawks going to the Toaster to face the Arizona Cardinals. Right. Arizona Cardinals have had a tough stretch over the last couple weeks playing these. They're playing these division games and whatnot. I don't know. I think this is going to be. Seattle lost last. No, they didn't lose last week. They lost the week before, right?
Right.
Yeah. So it's another road game for them, and this is what we've been talking about forever, right? We were saying how many road games can Seattle get to secure that home field advantage in the playoffs or whatever. Glass, you up first. Break it down for us.
Seattle. This is, of course, it's a division game, and you know how me and Brandon feel about division games. That's gonna be a battle in itself.
Oh, yeah.
You got Seattle Seahawks trying to keep up or trying to mainstay with San Francisco 49ers. You got the Arizona Cardinals trying to get up in the mix.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? They are 3-3. They can do damage if they win this game.
That's right.
Seattle, they good. They bad on the road. But the Arizona Cardinals, if the moons were aligned right, I would love to pick the Arizona Cardinals.
Right.
But they got Carson Palmer.
Right.
Carson Palmer is a done deal. He ain't like a quarterback like he used to be.
Right.
If Fitzgerald, if I'm mistaken, he hurt.
Yes.
Or something happened to him, right?
Yeah.
They don't have enough weapons to hold off. I don't think they have enough weapons to hold off Seattle Seahawks. I think Seattle Seahawks defense going to stifle Carson Palmer. Run game, they don't have one.
Right.
So after everything's said and done, I ain't going to say it's going to be a blowout. It might be a close game, about a touchdown and a field goal. Not a touchdown, field goal. A touchdown or 10 points. I'm going to give it to Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. What about the JB? What about the Arizona defense, man? It's slowly climbing up the ranks, though. You know, they forcing some turnovers. They doing some things, man.
Well, like Glass say, it'll be a defensive game, but even more to what Glass was saying, they don't have the weaponry to challenge the Seahawks secondary. I don't think it'll happen.
Right.
So, and granted, Seattle might not score a lot of points against Arizona's defense, so it may be a 9-6, 12-9, 12-6 game type of game. But Seattle take it because they got the know-how to get it done in those type of games.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that Seattle definitely got to prove that they can go in and get these road games. These are the road games though. These divisional road games, they're the ones that gonna hit them twice. Not only do you take a regular L if you lose, you take a divisional L too, and you can't really afford that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
that,
exactly.
You can't do that. So what we got next? We got which one was it? Seahawks.
Have y'all noticed that in every game Seattle play, if Earl Thomas get an interception first, Sherman follow right up.
Oh, yeah,
in every game.
You got to get one too.
If Earl make a play,
Right.
Sherman makes a play.
Oh yeah. And you know,
It's crazy how that's been happening.
And you know, I would rather see anybody else on the defense make a play other than Richard Sherman, because this dude is really assuming this role as like he think he's a bona fide superstar. He really do. You know, I ain't gonna, the dude got some talent. You know, I give him.
Well,
that,
what's gonna happen, Q? What's gonna happen is that if they get it done eventually, and he gets traded to somewhere else, he'll be on another team getting smoked.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He only as good as the players around him, man. That's just the game of football.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So now look, this game right here is a toss-up, and I wanted to see how you guys felt about it. I was going to either talk about the Chicago Bears versus the Washington Redskins, or the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the Dallas Cowboys-Eagles game, only reason why I even thought about it is because the NFC East is in such a mess right now. Even trying to do the math on this right now it make my brain hurt. You know what I mean? Like, so I thought that would be a nice dialogue. But then you also got the Chicago Bears versus the Washington Redskins. JB, which one would you rather talk about?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, we know what all of them about. You pick it.
Okay, glad. Well, okay, let's do it then. Let's talk about the NFC East. 'Cause you know I love talking about the NFC East. I can't stand the NFC East. I like talking about them, right? Dallas is still, you know, they still clutching on to that number one spot, right?
Yeah, barely.
Right, but you know, and then it looked like the Washington Redskins are kind of slowly coming back to form, right? But I don't know if they're gonna be able to get back into form before it's too late. You know what I mean? Especially since the NFC East teams have seemed to been going to battle with each other early in the season. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And then you got the Nick Foles, Michael Vick situation going on, right? And now, and this is what I want to talk to you about, Glass. I saw somebody talking about this on ESPN this morning. I think it was on Mike and Mike. Talking about they feel like Chip Kelly is on the verge of losing the locker room because of this quarterback thing. He's juggling the quarterbacks around. What you think about that?
Is he juggling the quarterbacks around?
I mean, you know, I mean, one got hurt, he brought the other one in. You know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You know, Chip Kelly's offense was exciting when it first came in, but we've talked about it to nauseum that it ain't gonna last long. And evidently, the players, they tired of doing this running, and the defense tired of being on the field so long, and it's going to. I think they're gonna wait it out. They ain't gonna sit there and jump ship on Chip Kelly, but Chip Kelly gonna have to straight modify what he got going on in the NFL.
I think so too. He gonna have to change that some kind of way to because I think for right now it's almost exactly like it was in Oregon, right? It's almost
exactly.
like so we're gonna do something about that. Now, JB, who do you think looks better in that offense, Michael Vick or Foles?
It's hard to say because Foles played a good game.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I actually saw Deshaun Jackson shining like I hadn't seen him shine since last season.
And did you see
the type of catches and type of routes that him and Foles was connecting on? So
did you see? Did you see our little racist homie though? The biggest, I think had the biggest game of his life last week.
Riley Cooper had it's hard to say.
Yeah.
It's hard to say who's better.
Yeah, it really is. Glass, what you think? You think? I don't know. I think they modified it for Foles a little bit where it wasn't so much quarterback movement, because and to Michael Vick's credit, that offensive line looked a whole lot better than it did last year. So he's been, if he wanted to, he could probably stay back there and do the same thing that Foles is doing, but he added an extra element. Like JB said, I don't know. I think you could go either way. I think they both work in it fine. You know what I mean?
Right. So I don't think nothing wrong with that. With the way it's set up, both of them could take advantage of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Then if anything goes wrong, you still got Shady in the background.
That's right.
So
absolutely.
It works out.
And he's still doing his thing, regardless.
Chip should be happy that he got two reliable quarterbacks because a lot of teams ain't got one.
Right.
They think they had one. They don't have one. Houston
Right.
Texans, for example, they don't have nothing.
Right.
They got nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, you got Ryan Fitzpatrick apologizing and stuff. But anyway, which way you swinging on this one, man? NFC East showdown in Philadelphia. What's on JB?
Okay.
Is it Dallas, Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Philly.
I still like Dallas. Well, no. I actually I'm like the Eagles because Ware's out for 4 to 6 weeks.
That's right. He is.
Right.
He is out.
Right.
And Murray is out too.
Murray's
Yeah,
out
that's right.
for at least a game.
Yeah.
So I'm going with the Eagles, and they playing good football, by the way.
They are.
So.
They are. Yeah. Glass, which way you going with?
I'm gonna piggyback on JB. I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles. It's a division game. It's gonna be a good game.
I think so too.
You know what I'm saying? But I really think Eagles gonna squeak this one out.
Yeah. I think without those two Dallas workhorses, man, I think that deficiency gonna show its face. And you can't never really count on Tony Romo to win a game by himself anyway.
Right.
And this just further gonna put them in the hole. All right, so we all on Philadelphia, right?
As long as if Dallas can, if Philly can cover kicks, because that guy, he's pretty good. If Philly can cover kicks, they'll win that game.
Oh yeah. All right, so that's the second game. Now we roll into Baltimore. Now look, before we get into this, JB, like this game used to be one of the games that I used to love to see it on the schedule, right? This used to always be like a knockout, drag out, slobber knocker of a fight. JB, look, you know this rivalry better than any one of us, right? Give me some analysis on what you think was going to happen right here.
First of all, based on the records of Pittsburgh, our win-loss record, it's still going to be a good game. First of all, it's a divisional game.
Right.
I don't think it's no love lost, no matter if both the teams was 0 for 5 or 6.
Right.
Secondly, they need the game. We need the game. We need to right our ship. They looking to right their ship. I think the measurement stick by both teams is this game.
Right.
And granted, no one's been picking Pittsburgh to do anything because of their previous, and no one's really picking us because we seem so iffy.
Oh yeah.
But I still think this will be one of those games.
Right.
It always is, no matter what.
I think so too. Now, Glass, did you see the performance from Big Ben and Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown, right? Yeah, those dudes are looking like they were supposed to look. I'm talking about big play Antonio Brown. It was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, look like they're gonna bring the firepower. They're gonna bring that. What's your analysis on the game?
I'm kind of up in the air in this one. I'm scratching my head because I thought Baltimore, no shot at JB right now. I thought Baltimore was going to be playing a whole lot better than what they're playing now. And last week, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to them last week. So this kind of got me scratching my head. I don't know who to pick with this game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Steelers, look at this. Like you said, the Steelers going up. Look like Ravens staying the same.
Right.
It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Well, you know,
it might be some. Go ahead.
But there is one thing I'm gonna go to JB for. But there's one thing that everybody been talking about that need to be addressed in Baltimore right away, and it's Ray Rice's production. Now, before I put it on Ray Rice though, I'm trying to think did I see this correctly? How many touches did Rice get in it was less than 20, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So all the analysts is talking about Baltimore can't get their run game started. It's the staple of their offense, blah blah blah. But how can you get a run game started if the guy is touching the? Now I remember some of the, especially like going toward the end of the season last season, Rice was getting the ball 25, 28 times a game. I mean, we ain't even approaching that number right now. Like, what's going on with that?
Well, it's not about the runner. Even Bernard Pierce is our leading rusher right now, not too far ahead from Rice.
Right.
But it's not a number that'll make you take a step back and be like, wow, Bernard's better than Ray.
Right.
That's not the case. Our biggest issue right now is Brian McKinney. And we try to go out and get Eugene Monroe from Jacksonville to shore up the running game. Well, Brian McKinney's spot, he ended up giving up the strip sack to Green Bay at the end of the half to get us pretty much beat.
Right.
But Brian McKinney is that type of guy. He only played for a certain stretch of a season. He can't put together a whole entire season. So we're trying to find a way to get Big Mac out of there.
Right.
And hopefully we do, because the run game must start happening out of the blue.
Right.
And if you notice, in the second half, late in that game, we started running it, throwing it better. I guess it took somebody to get shoot out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all on Big Mac. It's all Big Mac's lack of.
All right, so I got two more questions before we try to pick these things. First for you, JB, is about Joe Flacco, right? Do you still got the same kind of confidence in Joe Flacco right now as we had in the playoffs last season?
No, but I know my regular season Joe Flacco.
Right.
I know that guy.
Right. Well,
know him all too well.
That's
He
right.
ain't deviated from the regular season Joe Flacco that I know this season at all.
Right.
They did make me proud. He didn't throw an interception at all. He threw for over 300 yards this past Sunday, and it didn't look like it. I was surprised to see his numbers.
Right.
But he didn't throw a pick. And so this is typical Joe Flacco. What I am surprised about is the lack of the run. I don't know about that.
Okay.
That's
so
shocking.
I'm gonna piggyback off of that for you, Glass, since we're still talking about Joe Flacco. And we made a big deal about his brand new contract and all this stuff, and how it was gonna affect his performance or whatever. JB says the same Flacco. What you think?
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. Flacco, he starts off slow, but then somewhere near the playoff time, if they make it to the playoff this year, he gets it together. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he don't have it's another year. It's a different team based. Practically, you can't do the same thing like you did last year.
Right.
Well, you end up like the New York Giants.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
I think it's the same Flacco, but he just got to step it up a little bit faster.
Right.
Get acclimated a little bit faster.
So look, I know you're struggling with this one, man, but you gotta plug one other man. Who taking this game? So you, Glass.
Oh,
you gotta take one of them.
It's a toss up, man. I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
The Ravens, okay.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens. It's gonna be like a 6-10 game.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens.
And JB, I got a feeling I know which way you're going, but in all fairness, I mean, just to keep it gangster on the show, I gotta go to you to see which way you going.
Well, look, before that people think I'm super biased to the Ravens. If I wasn't a Ravens fan, I'd still pick the Ravens because they seem to have more things that they don't have to fix than the Steelers do. The Steelers have more things to fix. Their running game ain't that good. They don't really have but one reliable receiver. Their offensive line is horrible. They still got Ben Roethlisberger, but I don't know if they really trust in their defense like they used to. So, I mean, I think the more things that they got to correct outweigh what the Ravens got to correct. So, I'm going with Baltimore on this one.
And for me,
in a really sloppy game, we'll get it done.
Because for me, I think that the absence of James Harrison is hurting the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Polamalu, I mean, he's playing good football, but you can tell that he's more worried now about getting hurt than he was ever before, right? I still see him do some spectacular stuff, but not like he used to. He's not playing with as much like recklessness as he used to. I still see Ben Roethlisberger getting sacked an awful lot. He's on the ground quite a bit. The only thing I saw that looked good with the Pittsburgh Steelers, though, I did like the performance of their wide receivers last week. They both looked really, really good. What's the status on Jacoby Jones right now? Is he still out?
Playing.
Oh, is he playing? Okay.
No, he played Sunday.
Okay, I saw so many dudes playing receiver. I never even saw them dudes before. There's a lot of dudes out there. I like the Ravens in this game only because I just think they're just gonna outscore the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I just don't think they're fast enough. I mean, they got some big play dudes, but I just don't see them being able to get it done that quickly, right? So that's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this is the big one right here, right? This is the Sunday night game, prime time, the one that everybody's talking about. It's actually I think it's gonna be a really, really good game. You got Peyton Manning making his homecoming, going back to the house that he built to face the dude that replaced him, right? And before I was like, okay, when I saw this game, when we was talking about it like back in the off season, I was like, oh, it's gonna be cool. Manning will come in there, he'll school a young buck, they'll get out of there with a W. It would be no like big deal. After the comments and the stuff that done transpired this week, I think that John Fox, as I saw some of the remarks that John Fox was making. Who's back? Von Miller's back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's back.
Yes, sir.
Right, you know
yes,
what I mean. And all the comments made about and toward Peyton Manning, this got the makings to be something very spectacular. Now, Glass, what's up?
Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. That's my, I love my Broncos. This was the week I said the Broncos were gonna lose this game.
Yeah,
this was a trap game.
Right.
We had a hard time with the Dallas Cowboys last week. Indianapolis Colts ain't no joke.
No.
They went up to San Francisco and beat San Francisco.
Yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing was, okay, we had a hard time last week. JB know with the Baltimore Ravens. Once you have a hard game, the next game you're gonna get whooped.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that's mindset that I had.
Right.
Then I figured out, oh wait, it's week 7.
Yeah.
Get Von Miller back.
That's right. Yeah.
It's cool.
You know.
And then the other day, Jim Irsay read his mouth
Yeah.
for material. I switched from picking the Colts to picking the Broncos.
Wow. That's
Now the
hilarious.
only problem I had was Reggie Wayne, T.Y. Hilton, and Haywood Bay.
Right.
I'm gonna be real with you. Last week, Justin Blackman exposed Champ Bailey once again. That Champ Bailey not only lost a step, he lost a hop, skip, and a jump. So that's the only problem I got is the secondary.
Okay.
So, with that being said, I think the Broncos will go in there and do some damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Andrew Luck on that one.
I do too. But JB, that is one thing that of course, Glass was going to omit this because he's a Broncos fan. Now, Broncos fans won't want to talk about the Jacksonville game last week when Peyton Manning turned the ball over 3 times, and one of those interceptions went back for a pick 6. In my opinion, Peyton Manning can't show up playing like that. You know what I mean? Let's talk about that for a minute. I mean, this Peyton Manning we're talking about, you ain't gonna see that often. Him dropping the snap and things like that. But hey, it happened. And, I think he got lucky that it happened against Jacksonville and not somebody else. You know what I mean?
Right.
I honestly feel like the interception in Dallas kind of messed with Peyton's psyche. Interceptions is contagious.
Oh, yeah.
Trust me. Once you get in your head, I mean, I know Peyton understands defenses and ball placement better and got more accuracy than anybody. But once it's in your head, like, he hadn't thrown any. No. And we don't know if there was a lot of pressure in all them stretch of games that he hadn't thrown one.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he always trying not to, but once you throw one, I mean, you can look at Sharp. Sharp is not that horrible, but it's in his head.
Yeah.
It's all about, a certain type of defense, guys knowing that you're going to try to do this and that with the ball. And you try not to throw interceptions versus just going through your reads and trying to put it on the player. Stuff happens. Now, will he go into Indianapolis and not throw a pick? I don't believe that. I think he'll throw a couple more. Now, will it cost the Denver Broncos the game? Come on.
I don't know, man. I think that Peyton at this stage of his career and the fact that, you know, in this stage in the relationship that he got with his receivers, I think he got more trust in his receivers than, say, Tony Romo, Matt Shaw, you know, Andy Dalton, people like that. Which you would think somebody like Andy Dalton would have more trust, but he don't. You know what I mean? Like, and Cam Newton, he's another one. It's like when I look at the interceptions and stuff, I don't think it's a thing with Peyton. I just think, you know, maybe the ball came off his hand wrong. Maybe he was thinking a different route. I don't know, but it's just.
Why? Because it's Peyton Manning versus some 2-3 year guy or Matt Flynn? No way.
This is Peyton Manning.
Try not to do something, you do it, man.
But this is Peyton Manning, who pretty much got every NFL team's defensive playbook memorized. I'm just saying, you know?
Right.
I'm just saying, you know? That's a tough one.
Hey, man, the guy, that's what the announcer said, that when he threw that pick in Dallas, that was like, he is human.
Yeah,
and I'm saying, the coverage was pretty generic, but he didn't say it. Right. It happens, man.
Right. It happens. Is this game going to be closer than what people think?
I think so, but I have a question for you and Glass.
Okay.
What did the Chargers do to you to only have you score 3 field goals, and what did you not do to have them put 19 on you and you couldn't answer? So it makes me wonder, because
that's the inconsistency.
If you can't answer those questions, the Denver Broncos going to do more of both to the Colts.
Well, I don't know, Glass. It's a legitimate question, but I just think, first of all, the San Diego Chargers are just real inconsistent. I think when they're playing well, they play well, you know, and when they're not, which is more often than not, you know, they're just not playing that well.
Right.
I think they had every intention to win the game, but I don't think they really were really confident that they were going to be able to pull this off until late in the game or whatever. Oh, look, we handling the Colts. We handling them. Like, we got this. But I don't know. I don't think we can look at the San Diego blueprint all that tightly to try to see if we can use that against the Browns. I don't know. That's just the way I see it.
No.
You know.
My thing is just go ahead and smash them in the mouth. Go ahead and play some physical defense.
Right.
Get that luck. Get him. You know, like I say, he ain't a rookie. He's a sophomore now, but
right.
he can still get rattled every now and then. So just go at him, and then everything gonna be working out fine. The secondary is the one I'm worried about.
Yeah.
You can't give luck too much time. It's gonna be over for us.
Well, you know, you talking about Champ Bailey, but Champ Bailey, if you notice, he only get scorched like that when he's going up against a really, really young dude. And I'm trying to think who the youngest wide receiver they got there. T.Y. Hilton. Okay, all right. So yeah, right. But okay, now if you are Pagano in his squad, do you put Champ Bailey on T.Y. Hilton, or you put him on the playmaker, Wayne? You know what I mean? I don't know. I would put him on Wayne. I think you have more luck with that. You know, that's what I think.
I just know he better have some help in the backfield. That's all I know.
All right, so since I'm gonna go to Glass in a minute, JB. Look, we gotta put a bow on this one. This is, like, it's a big game. For me, and I'm gonna tell you now, I don't see no upset here. I just don't. I think it's gonna be a really, really entertaining game. I just don't see no upset. What's your pick for this one?
I obviously like Denver, but I'm gonna go on record on my pick'ems for this week, and I'm gonna pick the Colts just because I like dramatic. So I believe the Denver Broncos get it done, but I'm gonna pick the upset just in case I get lucky enough to get it. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Right. Oh, because the pick here don't
so I can look like a genius.
Right, the pick here don't count against you, but the win on the internet does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's funny. Hey, Glass, at first I thought he was gonna say, I'm not picking them just because I don't like the Denver Broncos.
No.
Right.
Right. Okay, so
right.
You know, and obviously you're going for the Broncos too, right?
Yep.
Because you say
it's not even gonna be close. Just because of Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay
right.
too much.
Yeah, he done lit a fire under them, man. He really has, right? He really has. That is crazy. All right, I'm gonna do another little quick social media break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna do our infamous winners, losers, and locks for this week. So you got 30 seconds to think about it, right? I will be right back.
All right.
Well, let's see. What up, football fans? You want to stay up on the latest of TeamBoydTV happenings? Like us on our Facebook page at TeamBoydTV on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter at TeamBoydTV and at BernieB73. You can also check out our YouTube page at TeamBoydTV Turbo with live events, videos, among other things. You can also keep up with the latest happenings, live chats, question and answer sessions on Google Plus at TeamBoydTV. Thank you once again for watching TeamBoydTV.
Man, dude, you gonna be shocked on mine though. You gonna be shocked.
Okay, all right. So listen, JB, we're going winners, baby. It's on you.
Hey, bump me up in the volume. I can barely hear you.
You can't hear me, man. You can't. Let me move my microphone. What about right here? You good?
Yeah, man. Make sure your sound is on. We can't
My sound is good. Your sound is good. Your sound is good. So
all right. We're picking winners.
We're picking winners. Yes.
Oh man. Let's see. I still think Big Andy Reid and the Chiefs roll, man.
Wow, that's a good one. Who they got? They got the Texans at home. I think you're safe with that one. I think you're real safe with that one. I think that's a good one. Glass, your winner. Your winner.
You ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
I was gonna save it for tomorrow when we make our picks on Get With It Sports with me and Brandon, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you now. Y'all sit down for this.
Okay.
Jacksonville Jaguars gonna win their first game over the San Diego Chargers.
Hey now.
Wow.
I like that one, Glass.
That one is
I
that
like
one.
that one.
Just like
Okay.
you just said earlier, Big Q.
Yeah.
You don't know what San Diego Chargers gonna get.
That's right.
They just had a big game.
Wow.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars gave us some problems, so they confident now. So they're playing at home. Jacksonville Jaguars will win their first game.
That is amazing. Hey, listen, I had such a good time watching young Thaddeus Lewis do his thing last week. And I know the Buffalo Bills just brought in Matt Flynn, but I don't think that he gets to start. I think we're gonna see Thaddeus Lewis come out there and do it again. I like Thaddeus Lewis. I think he has another big game. Who they got? Who the Buffalo Bills got? The Buffalo Bills got they got the New York Jets, right?
No, they got the Miami.
They got the Miami. Oh wait, he might have a big game against him. I don't know. but I like Thaddeus Lewis. That's what I like. All right, staying with you, Glass. We got some losers for the week, man. Somebody is getting a sad face.
Man,
who's that?
You know who I'm picking. I'm sorry. Jim Irsay.
Jim Irsay. Wow.
Jim Irsay getting the sad face.
Wow. So look, when Peyton and them come in there and do what they gonna do, is Jim Irsay gonna get on Twitter like he been doing the whole week?
Not always.
Okay.
Gonna be biting on something. I didn't mean it.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
game, Peyton Manning, whatever.
Right. Yeah, that's how that works. I like it. JB, who getting the sad face, man? Who is getting the sad face?
I think Irsay and Jerry Jones gonna have the same unbelievable face in the booth this week, coming week.
Oh, that's terrible. Oh, so you said that the Dallas Cowboys gonna let RG3 take him on some fantastic finish?
Oh, they gotta get him, man. They need this game, man.
Wow. Look, my loser for the week, and this is no disrespect.
Wait, don't Dallas got the Eagles?
No, Dallas got the Eagles. That's right. Dallas got the Eagles.
Oh, Jerry Jones definitely gonna have to face him and Irsay both gonna have to face.
Wow, that is fantastic. I think that the loser for the week is gonna be Leslie Frazier, putting his reputation and he putting his whole career on the line. Bringing in a fresh Josh Freeman. Not no knock against Josh Freeman. I just think this is a bad decision on the part of Leslie Frazier. I think it's too early. Actually, I don't even know why Josh Freeman is even here. They got plenty of quarterbacks there. This right here, I'm telling you, it's going to blow up in the media when Josh Freeman go out there. And Josh might even play a good game, but the Vikings still going to lose. And bringing Josh Freeman in ain't going to be enough of a factor to change the dynamic of the Minnesota Vikings. So I say, loser for the week, Leslie Frazier, right? Okay. Now,
I hope you're wrong, Q.
I'm saying, it's a tough one. I just think it's a little too early, man. Glass.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, bona fide situation that's going to pop off this week.
Okay. We only have 3 winless teams now, right? We got the Giants, we got the Buccaneers,
and
we
the
got
Jaguars.
Yeah. I already told you Jaguars going to get their win.
Yes.
The next team that's going to get their first win is going to be the New York Giants. That's my lock. New York Giants going to beat the Minnesota Vikings. Yes,
I actually had New York Giants. I actually had them winning this week. I actually already had them winning this week. So I feel good that they can go in and get it done, especially considering what I just said about
MetLife Stadium.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. JB, what's going down? Guaranteed. Lock.
Ravens-Steelers rivalry coming back 100%. The best game of the week.
Okay.
That's going to be the game we talk about the most. next Wednesday.
I hope so.
That's your game of the week, man.
I hope so
Watch.
because we got.
Hey, look! Nobody predicted a couple of games this past season so far as game. Nobody thought the Saints Patriot games would end like it ended.
Hey, but there is a little.
You know?
They are playing a little game down in Indianapolis this Sunday. You know they are.
I think that's gonna be. I don't think that's gonna stand up to the test, man.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to think what do I got as a guaranteed lock for the week. Oh, I got one. I'm gonna go homeschool on this one. We got the St. Louis Rams who just put 38 points up on the Houston Texans coming up in Bank of America Stadium, thinking that they facing a 1-3 Panthers team that's gonna fold. I guarantee you, this is gonna be Cam Newton's best statistical game of the year. This game right here. And give me I'm thinking 4 touchdowns. I'm thinking, Cam Newton 4 touchdowns. That's my lock for the week. I like you. Oh, y'all don't feel good about that. 4 touchdowns.
Oh, hey, I'm just saying. That's
What about you? You don't think Cam can pull it off against the Rams defense? Glass? Oh, 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns.
I ain't knocking on your team, but 4. Come on.
Hey, did you see Brandon LaFell and Ted Ginn working in tandem last week, man? Yeah, man, some good
stuff.
stuff.
Was sweet. I had to give it to you on that.
Them dudes are working out. Okay, that is gonna do it for us for this week right here. Glass, I'm glad you was able to come to swing through. I know anytime, the Broncos been in the news a lot this season. This is the season of the Broncos look like. But yeah, I'm glad you came through, man. Tell everybody how they can get at you, bro.
I appreciate you having me on the show. Good looking out, JB. You doing your thing here, man.
Hey, man.
Rookie, you doing your thing,
Yes,
man.
it is. Yes, it is.
All right. Yeah, you catch me on our YouTube channel, Get With It Sports 2. You can follow me on Twitter at Get With It Sports. You can check out the blog page on getwithitsports.wordpress.com. Check us out on Google. At Get With It Sports. And if you got any problems with me or whatever I got to say, holler at me at an email address at getwithitsports2@gmail.com. Number 2.
Expect an email.
That's it.
A strongly worded email from Jim Irsay later this night. He would.
Yeah.
Oh man, I want to hear from him.
A strongly worded email. What's up, JB? Like you say, you and what's the man's name from NBA? What's his name?
Craig Sager.
Sager, yeah.
Yeah.
So you in competition with him right now, right? He working.
Not really. I don't think he got as much swag in the Blazers like I do.
Maybe not. Hey, tell everybody how to get it.
You know what? Wait, JB need a couple of prints up in there.
Oh yeah, some Paisleys and
I
swirls.
think Craig
and stuff.
messed the game up when he go with all these pastels, man. I'm trying to keep it real smooth.
Tell them how they get at you, bro.
Well, first of all, Glass, man, always a pleasure, man. I'm glad you keep riding with us and rolling through here, man, faithfully.
My pleasure, man.
And Q, thanks for having me here,
Oh man, how you gonna do that? How you gonna do that, man? How you gonna do that right in the middle of his thing? Well, I guess I do my thing. Hey, listen, I do apologize for not being able to ain't got around to putting that polish on that Colin Kaepernick thing.
Can you see me?
I see you. Yeah, I see you. I'm coming to it. It's coming out. It's coming out. I checked it out last night. I didn't like it, and since JB talked about he want to grade it and critique it and stuff, I'm gonna put some more polish on it. And the reason why I ain't been able to do it is because I'm adding another show into the TeamBoydTV lineup. I got a video that I want to put out every Saturday. TeamBoydTV Top 10. Just taking the top 10 plays, count them down. Real short, 7 to 10 minute video. It seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the editing on that stuff. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I got one thing to put up in here.
Yeah.
I like what you're doing, Big Q. I just want to put it out there.
Yeah.
You do the damn thing.
Yeah.
Just let me know when you're going to license the network, and I want to jump on that.
Look, dude, you look. You will be the
You're
first.
throwing all these shows out
I
here,
know.
like cranking them out, dude.
Yeah, you would be the first.
It really is, man.
You would be the first person. Hey, listen, I am so in love with TeamBoydTV, man. Like during the football season, I am like completely dedicated to this. You know what I mean? I really am. And we got 4 shows now. And hopefully, it should be good. I'm trying to see if I can get JB to give me a show. If he can give me a show, I'll be good to go. I have something for every day, for the week. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. Expect to see that on Saturday. Expect to see TeamBoydTV Pink, which we shot and wrapped up last night. It will come out on tomorrow. Actually, the video will be up tomorrow. Then of course, last night we had TeamBoydTV Game Time. Tonight, TeamBoydTV Live, and that's what we do around here. Back to you, JB. What's going on?
Oh, Okay, sorry about for the technical difficulty,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I want to address before I give out my Twitter handle and telling people how to get at me. I want to let Raven Nation know that we are right and we still champions.
Oh, look at that.
We still the defending
Oh, look
champions.
at that. Wow. He
Hey,
put it, okay.
Get ready for Sunday. Anyhow,
Wow.
you can always catch me right here on the show, TeamBoydTV Turbo, and you can always get at me at
Got a Super Bowl ring
on Twitter at TeamBoydTV JB_JB.
Wow. Super Bowl ring. That is ridiculous. Let me see it one more time.
Let's let him.
Ain't that
I like
ridiculous? That dude is something
That's
else.
right.
Oh, man. Y'all, hey, look. Y'all guys take it easy, man. I'll holler at y'all next week, all right?
Later.
All right, man. Peace.